I just like creating sounds. It brings people together. There's nothing quite like music for just connecting people. I'm Robbie Nelson. I'm a producer, mixer, engineer. I've worked with the likes of the Rolling Stones, Beck, Faces, Sophie Ellis-Bextor, Feeling, Labyrinth, and yeah, loads more. I suppose one of the most memorable sessions for me was maybe the first Rolling Stones one that I did with Charlie, or the last one. The last was, I think Charlie, I was the last person to record Charlie Watts before he sadly passed, so sort of the year before, and he was such an amazing guy to record, and for someone of his stature and just how good he was so lovely and charming and constantly taking a pee out of me. So originally this room was never really designed properly. It was a nice looking room. It was green and wood and feels very homely like this does now, but it sounded pretty atrocious, to be honest. But still, a lot of great records were done in it. When we designed and rebuilt the room, we wanted it to be a kind of a multi-use space. We knew we wanted it to have atmos and make it cutting edge in that way, but we also knew that people like to write in this space, and we wanted it to feel like basically you were walking into an amazing lounge living room and you could sit there and just chill for 12 hours a day if you wanted to. It's just soft and gentle, and you don't get fatigued in here. We knew we didn't want a lot of equipment. We didn't want a big desk in here. The key was having the right equipment, so we've gone for a lot of old school equipment in the outboard, but we wanted the rest of it, especially with the Atmos, to be cutting edge and that had to sound amazing, and the Matrix does that. So we got the Avid Matrix, we got the dock, and we've got a couple of S1s just for that sort of tactile feel, so you're sort of more engaged with the music rather than it just being a digital space. It just gives you that immediacy back with the music. The Avid Matrix in this space, it's basically the hub of the whole studio. The playback from Apple Music goes through it. We've got the Dante card, and we've got I think 24 analog I/O as well. So all the outboard routes through it, so you can be mixing entirely in a box, and then send inserts going through all the amazing outboard, and the Matrix just sounds amazing. It's probably the best sounding converter I've ever heard. Elastic audio in generally, just being able to retime stuff and repitch stuff just instantly, change the tempo of a song. Last month we recorded a song at one tempo and decided it was too slow, and within 2 minutes we'd pitched the whole thing up and made it 5 BPM faster. It's just quick. RX has been brilliant for just being able to clean audio up when you get audio from out in a field which has got noises on, or you've got a slightly dodgy piano with a sort of weird sounding pedal on, and being able to take that out. And for spectral analysis of RX is just, it's just amazing. Where the technology is going is pretty phenomenal. I like doing weird things with microphones, and we're just generally messing around, and so one of the techniques I stole from another engineer, you get a tub of water, a couple of litre tub of water, and put a SM57 or a cheap microphone. Don't do an expensive one because it will end up leaking and you'll ruin it. A cheap microphone in some sort of waterproof bag, and you put the microphone in the water. And for recording drum kits and stuff, you get the water filters off all the top end, so you get this mid-range that just holds stuff together, and it sounds amazing. Artists like recording at RAK, I think, because it brings this family vibe. It's not a closed door policy. I think people like being able to interact with people. It doesn't feel corporate. You walk into any of the rooms and it feels like a nice lounge, a nice living room, but again, it's got state-of-the-art equipment, it's got 70s equipment, and it just sounds amazing.